So from this moment onward, the session is being recorded. Now I want to discuss or get feedback, information from the participants, and it says very clearly here, what fears, problems do you face when you want to use English? You can unmute your mic and speak. Don't have to write answer in the chat box. Yes. Somebody's phone is ringing. Is there any response to what problems you face when you want to use English? Use, speak, or read, write, or listen anyway?
Sir, for conversation in a tenses.
You face problem about tenses, and you said during conversations, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, before somebody gives the response, let the person also give his or her name. Can I know your name, please?
Sapna Singer.
Okay. Any other problem?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, anybody else has some other problem when you want to use English? Use is read, write, listen, speak, all four skills. Yes. Any other problem? Of course, I can also start asking the participants if they have a problem. Mr. Alark, are you there? Alark, are you there? See, unless I have the contributions, it will just become a one-way traffic. I'll keep speaking and you'll keep listening. Anybody, any other problem when using language, English?
Recording.
Param, you have any problem when you want to use English?
Not exactly, sir. Yeah.
But not exactly. Hello? Yes.
Can't make sentence quickly.
You can't make sentence quickly. Okay. Then, yes. And may I know who is contributing in speaking?
Because I have done my study in Hindi.
Okay.
Through my college.
Okay.
Till college, just have one language, English.
Okay.
So, but want to very badly talk in English.
Talk in English very badly. And what's your mother tongue?
Marathi, Maharashtrian.
Marathi. Okay. And how many languages you know?
I know Hindi, Gujarati. I can understand English, but can't speak fluently.
No, that's okay. That's fine. You are not the only one having this problem. Lot of people have this problem.
I know little Bengali because my daughter-in-law is Bengali, okay. And now my coming daughter-in-law is Indonesian. Okay. So I want to talk in English because she doesn't know Hindi or Marathi or any Indian language.
Okay, fine. Now,
hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
I am the retired professor in education.
Oh, great.
When I visited States to my friend, okay, who is their engineer, senior most, okay, on the very first week, he stopped me and threatened me. Don't speak English here.
Okay.
Your English won't be understood here by these people, and you also won't understand his English.
Okay. So interesting. But okay, that was the accent problem, right? Now, I suggest whoever has contributed, please put the mic in mute mode. We can hear a lot of children speaking in background. Okay. So, like whenever we have this question, really will
Sir,
ask people, yes,
sorry, sir. Your voice
yes,
is not clear. It is echoing.
my voice is not clear and it is echoing. How is it now?
Little better.
Okay, fine, thanks. Okay. Now, this, I do have another session where we talk about the other issues. ये जो आपने issues बताए हैं, how to overcome these problems, that's part of another session. But this session is about something different. Of course, this is also going to help you in speaking. I have another session that's called How to Overcome Fear of English, where we take care of all these things. But as of now, this session is on something else. You are going to get recording of this, so you will find a lot of material written on the PPTs. I'll read it and then I'll blank it so that we can discuss about it and explain this. So I'm going to make the screen white now so that we can discuss this. Now, we all know that we all want to speak in English and we face many problems when we want to speak in English. One of the biggest problem we face is that there is no partner with whom we can practice. In our homes, nobody speaks English. In our workplace, generally people speak in mother tongue. So how do I practice? And it is true that unless you have somebody to practice with, it will be very difficult to learn any language, not just English, any language. And it is true that we don't have many problems to practice with as far as English is concerned. So in this session, we are going to discuss how can I practice spoken English without any help, without any partner. That is the topic of this session. So it is 15 ways to master spoken English without a partner. I don't need a partner to practice spoken English. And how can I do that? This is what we are going to discuss in this session. First thing, I have myself made the screen white. What was written here is think in English. Think in English. Now, not most of us, all of us actually think in our mother tongue. We use our mother tongue maximum, and most of our thinking is in mother tongue. But one thing is sure, unless we use language more and more, we will not be able to develop confidence in using that language. So one way in which you can practice spoken English without any partner is change language of your thinking. Instead of thinking in your mother tongue, whatever that is, start thinking in English. The beauty of our everyday language is that the sentences we normally use every day are very common, simple sentences, even in our mother tongue. It's basically something like आओ, जाओ, उठो, खाओ, चले, ये कर लें क्या, वो कर लें क्या. They are very simple sentences we use in our own mother tongue. Simply change the language of your thinking from mother tongue to English. Common everyday words as and sentences are very simple. First thing you should do is change your language of thinking. Simply changing language of thinking is not enough. There is something else too which needs to be done along with this. And what is that? Now, before I come to that, I want to discuss something else. And that is, how does a child learn mother tongue? और हाउ हैव वी ऑल लर्न अवर मदर टंग. बच्चा भाषा कैसे सीखता है? लेट्स हैव सम डिस्कशन ऑन दिस, because what's coming next is basically same as what we want to discuss now. So how does a child learn its language? Yes, please. Responses. You can unmute the mic and speak. Don't have to write in the chat box.
Copying with the adults.
Sorry?
Copying with the adults.
Copy? No, sir. The child cannot copy elders. He is too small, too young to copy. Copying comes later on. Toddler, young fellow, जिसको हम इन्फेंट बोलते हैं, वो वहां से भाषा सीखना चालू करता है. How?
They observe the body language of the partners.
A toddler, sir, a toddler cannot observe body language. Okay, I'll make this little simpler. What are people doing around the child? बच्चे के आसपास लोग क्या कर रहे होते हैं? बच्चे के आसपास लोग क्या कर रहे होते हैं और बच्चा क्या कर रहा होता है?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
When the baby is just he just seeing the acting what the people are doing around.
Okay, but what are people doing? What are various things people do around a child?
They just acting like crying, singing, or dancing.
And they are also talking, no?
Speaking.
Yeah, speaking.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
When people speak, what is the child doing?
They teaching their name or to say just papa, mummy, like that.
See, the child, first thing the child does is child simply keeps listening. You know, listening is basically an activity over which we have no control. So the words people speak around the child, they start going into mind of the child. That is the first thing.
Okay. Yes, yes.
If people around the child are speaking in Gujarati, when the child speaks, which language will the child speak?
Gujarati.
And if they are speaking in English, what language child will speak?
English.
And if the child is deaf, child cannot listen, what language will the child speak?
We just taught in action.
Now, what language will the child speak? Will the child be able to speak? Yes or no?
Their expression.
Sorry?
The sign language.
Will the child be able to, what is is this? What's happening? Somebody is working in the kitchen. Okay, so if the child is not, if child is deaf, is not able to listen, what language will the child speak? Will the child be able to speak? Yes or no? Anyone answer?
No.
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 See,
No.
here is the formula of learning. See, please put on mute. Somebody is working in the kitchen and that's disturbing everyone. The formula to learn any language is very simple. It is this. You speak the language you listen. If you listen, if the child listens English, the child will speak in English. If the child listens Gujarati, the child will speak Gujarati. So, if the child doesn't listen, the child will not be able to speak. So, the next step is not just think in English, it is speak what you are thinking. Talk to yourself. So, whenever you are alone, you can improve English speaking with your favorite person. And who is the favorite person? Yourself. लोग बोलते हैं मैं किसके साथ प्रैक्टिस करूं कोई होता ही नहीं है मेरे साथ what I say is there is one person who is with you all the time and that is you yourself so instead of simply thinking speak your thoughts because unless the spoken word goes into my mind through my ears I'll not be able to speak. Okay, another thing is that I'm on 40 minutes, I'm on a free Zoom, this thing, and each session is of 40 minutes. We have 10 minutes. After that, will be taken out from this session. You have to log in again, and of course, password, etc., is still same. So, it's very simple. Now, I'll give you one very good formula to learn anything. It says whatever goes into your mind through your eyes and ears will be available on your tongue. Whatever goes into your mind through your eyes and ears will be available on your tongue. If I want to speak a language, I have to first put that into my mind through my ears and my eyes. So talk to yourself in English. Of course, we can read also. When you read that also aloud. Now another thing is, unless you listen, you will not be able to know pronunciation of a word. Now the problem our friend happening in the US was the pronunciation was not proper. So talk to yourself. So first, suggestion is change language of thinking from mother tongue to English and then talk to yourself. Of course, please don't do this all the time. You can do this when you are alone. 3. Use a mirror. Use a mirror for what? You know, we are highly impressed by many people and we say they are excellent orators. Means they speak very impressively. Please understand, उनको कुछ impressively बोलने का इंजेक्शन नहीं लगा हुआ उन्होंने कुछ गोली नहीं खाई है it's all a result of practice and one way in which they practice is they practice their speech in front of a mirror and now we have another facility through cell phones through smartphones we can even record our speaking. So what it says is take a few minutes out of your day to stand in front of a mirror and speak. Pick a topic, any topic, and speak. You can also record. When you speak and record, later on you can replay and also check the mistakes you made and check the improvements you should make in your speaking. So use a mirror, stand in front of a mirror, pick a topic and speak and record your speech. Let it be very small for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Replay this. You will be able to do a lot of improvement yourself. Use a mirror. Focus on fluency and not grammar. Please, please put the mic in mute. Unless you want to address me and ask some question. We are talking about speaking. ये एक बहुत बड़ा गलतफहमी है लोगों में that when I speak, I have to speak in grammatically correct sentences. No, there is absolutely no such requirement that you have to speak grammatically correct sentences. It's not even possible. In my other session, I actually prove it. Why knowledge of grammar is not very essential when speaking. I'm repeating the word when speaking, not when writing. While we are speaking, the requirement is not accuracy of grammar, it is fluency. Fluency does not mean speaking grammatically correct sentences. Fluency means speaking without stopping, speaking without breaks. What happens is when I stop when I'm speaking, so जो मेरा listener है, उनका mind starts wandering. We lose them and they lose us. The most important requirement in speaking is not accuracy in grammar, it's fluency. And there is nobody in the whole world, who speaks grammatically correct sentences all the time. In fact, we don't speak even our mother tongue grammatically correct in correct sentences all the time. In speaking, the requirement is not accuracy, it is understanding. आप लोग बोलते ही होंगे एंड काफी सारे गलत ही बोलते हैं. आपकी गलत इंग्लिश सुन के भी किसी ने आज तक आपको ये नहीं कहा होगा यू आर स्पीकिंग रॉन्ग इंग्लिश. Why? Because people understand the message behind your wrong English also. So the requirement is in spoken, in fact in any communication, is understanding and not accuracy of the language. And for understanding, the language need not be accurate. When we have that session on overcome fear of English, I'll prove it to you. My sentence need not be 100% correct in grammar and still people will understand. Okay, focus on fluency and not grammar. There is something called tongue twister. Tongue twisters are basically words, basically sentences, small sentences which are difficult to say quickly. An example is here. The 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. Now we have many such tongue twisters available on the net itself. What you can do is download those tongue twisters and practice your speaking with using these tongue twisters. Not only they're funny, humorous, they also remove a lot of fear that we have about speaking in English from our mind. So try English tongue twisters. This is the fifth method. But most important thing, one, change your language of thinking, and two, speak aloud. Even your own thoughts, especially when you are alone, and stand in front of a mirror. Now these days we don't really have to stand in front of a mirror. We can simply record our speaking, pick a topic, speak on that for a couple of minutes, record that, and then you can see your recording again. Here, listen and repeat. Important thing, listen and repeat, because unless I listen to spoken language, I will not be able to understand the pronunciation. And if I do not know the pronunciation, I'll not be able to pronounce the word. If I cannot pronounce a word, I'll not be able to read, write, speak that word. And listen and repeat what? So when you're watching TV or watching some YouTube videos, listen that only for some time, half a minute or 1 minute, carefully, and after that, try to repeat what you have. Listen. You can try to copy accent, but copying accent is not necessary, need not even do it. So listen to some TV program or some video clip for just some time, 1 minute, 2 minutes, etc. And then try to speak word for word whatever you have listened. So use them to improve your fluency. Now we have less than a minute left. After this will be taken out, and then you shall have to log in again. So listen and repeat. Listen to TV programs, short video clips, 1 minute, half minute, and then repeat that. Try to repeat whatever you have heard, और जितना भी सुना है उतना ही repeat करिए. Sixth, seventh, learn word forms. What I'll do is I'll stop this program. Then you have to log in again because we have just couple of more seconds left. And then again we'll start from this number 7.